Emaar Properties revenue more than doubled in 2021 and Alpha Dhabi aims to double profit in 2023. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Farah. Emaar's residential property sales surged last year. Emaar's financial statement reveals revenue from the residential segment climbed 51% to $4.8 billion in 2021. Meanwhile, Emaar Properties plans to increase its stake in its development business, whose shares have lost a quarter of their value since the firm listed in 2017. The company's board approved increasing the stake in Emaar Development without providing further details. Emaar Properties already holds 79% in the unit. Alpha Dhabi Holding, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi's International Holding company, is reportedly aiming to double its profit while looking at acquisitions and global expansion. Alpha Dhabi officials say they plan to double profit next year to $2.72 billion. The firm is considering acquisitions and expansions, especially in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Officials say they're searching for possible investments in real estate, construction, healthcare, petrochemicals, energy, and green energy. Alpha Dhabi has 25 subsidiaries in 5 major sectors. UAE-based online coffee marketplace Coffee App has acquired a similar coffee ordering platform, Caffeine, in Saudi Arabia for an undisclosed amount. The startup has raised $13.2 million from investors through 2 funding rounds so far. Coffee App started its operations in 2018. It enables customers to order their favorite coffee online from their coffee house of choice, and it works with over 700 brands in more than 3,000 locations in Saudi, the UAE, and Kuwait. Myanmar's junta has approved the sale of Telenor's Myanmar subsidiary to Lebanese conglomerate M1 Group. In July, the Norwegian telecoms giant announced plans to sell its subsidiary Telenor Myanmar. It later cited junta demands that it install monitoring equipment on the network as a reason for leaving the country. After months of stalled negotiations today, Telenor and M1, which is helmed by former Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati, said the sale was approved by junta authorities. Ratings agency S&P today downgraded once again Russia's sovereign debt rating to CC from CCC-, 2 levels above default. S&P says Russia is having difficulty in meeting debt payments. It says new developments have raised significant concerns over its ability and willingness to service debt, which led to the downgrade. The ban on cross-border financial flows restrict the ability of bondholders to receive interest and principal payments on time. Meanwhile, Russia's finance ministry today said it fully met its obligations on paying coupons on dollar-denominated Eurobonds due in 2023 and 2043. It said payment agent Citibank has received the funds. Russia was due to pay $117 million in coupon payments in what was seen as a test of its willingness and ability to repay international debt after being hit with sanctions over events in Ukraine. The International Energy Agency has unveiled a 10-point plan to reduce oil use, focused mostly on reducing transportation. The IEA's 10-point plan focuses on how to use less oil getting people and goods from point A to B. The IEA says its recommendations could reduce oil demand by 2.7 million barrels a day within 4 months. Measures include lower speed limits, working from home, car-free days in cities, cheaper public transport, and more carpooling. Shell has released an updated plan for the development of the Jackdaw gas field in the British North Sea, which the regulators initially rejected last year on environmental grounds. Shell says in the new environmental development plan, it aims to start production from the field by Q3 or Q4 2025. It says the field will supply 6.5% of Britain's gas output by then. More than 80% of newly sold Porsche vehicles will be fully electric in 2030. Porsche AG today set out a more ambitious sales target for electric vehicles. That target previously applied to Porsche's electrified models overall, which also include plug-in hybrids. Porsche AG also stuck to its long-term target of an operating margin of at least 15%. Volkswagen and its top shareholder Porsche SE struck a framework agreement for a potential partial listing of Porsche AG, which could value the division at up to $99.57 billion. Australia's competition watchdog has filed a lawsuit against Meta Platforms, accusing the social media giant of engaging in false, misleading, or deceptive conduct. The suit alleges that Meta published scam ads featuring the country's prominent public figures. Australian officials say the ads promoted crypto investments and linked to fake media articles that endorsed the schemes. They allege that Facebook users probably believed the advertised schemes associated with the famous people. And a Czech designer has come up with a novel way to raise money for Ukrainians, making pillows bearing the portrait of their beloved President Volodymyr Zelensky. Tired, unshaven, but defiant in his trademark green t-shirt, Zelensky has become the face of Ukraine's resistance to the Russian invasion, rallying his compatriots from his bunker in Kiev in daily broadcasts on social media. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.